transfer down here. You would tuck some of this gently around. The whole idea is to unfurl it underneath. Okay. Maria is a lifter down here. Maria can help very gently.
Well, there are two things to worry about. One of them is the fragility of the object, of the body and the sarcophagus. But the other part we worry about is the health and safety of those who are doing the work. So on both levels we did some research. We contacted other institutions that have transported mummies in the past, or who transport mummies regularly. There are museums in the United States that work a lot with mummies, such as Boston and Brooklyn and Metropolitan. Even the Getty has put out some norms. So we contacted the different people to see what we should do and learned from them about the right amount of padding. Then with regard to the precautions, we looked around to see how worried people are about any kinds of viruses or bacteria that might survive, and learned that their danger is really minimal. But to be on the safe side, they said use these and these types of particle masks, use gloves, use your normal medical protection. We mentally walked through the whole process. We thought about the weight, about how fragile the wrappings might be, how difficult the mummy might be inside its sarcophagus, because some mummies actually are stuck to the sarcophagus. We knew that this one was not stuck to the sarcophagus because we had come before and checked it out and talked to the director and knew a lot about this particular mummy. So that helped a lot. So that means that our physical transport time or packing time was shortened to just a few hours.
On Thursday, the mummy will be taken in the van, the specially equipped van, to Stanford University, where the Department of Radiation of the medical school is going to be examining it. And it's just top of the line investigation of the mummy, first in a clinical scan, a very high resolution clinical scan, and then a special dual energy scan, which is something new and explorative. And it's going to be able to look very far inside the mummy. And with the data arrived at from these two scans, then there's going to be a visualization of the mummy, its interior, all of the different slices of the mummy, outside, inside, three-dimensional views of the mummy.
Basically what that scan does is it records every aspect of that mummy inside and out, so that, God forbid, and this will never happen, that mummy were to vanish in a fire, we would have all that information backed up and archived so that we would know everything there is to know about that mummy in terms of its contours and form, its internal structure, what is inside, the mummification details and so forth. The biomedical information, all of it's preserved. So it's very important to do that work. We will begin an analysis of the data, and we will look at it not only in an anthropological way, but also Egyptologically, because we have a database that relates to this place. So we can do a lot of comparative work relating this mummy to relatives of his and so forth. So we've really just learned a lot. The other aspect is within 48 hours of the scan, we will begin producing a model of the skull based on the CT data by a process known as 3D printing. That is not just any old head. We are able to print an exact duplicate of that mummy's head. We then print that out and we begin doing thickness measurement, calculation, and then we do forensic reconstruction.